The National Education Policy was approved by the Union Cabinet of India in July 2020, and it outlines the vision of India's new education system. The policy envisions an India-centric education system that provides high-quality education to all, transforming India into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society in the world. The new education policy consists of 7 key principles. The first principle is respect for diversity and local context in curriculum, pedagogy, and policy. The second key principle talks of equity and inclusion in all educational decisions. And of special interest for our students is gender equity, where there's talk about safety and rights of girls to help retain them in school. Gender sensitivity to become an integral part of curriculum. Focus on bridging the gender gap and providing equal opportunities to all. There's also thrust on designing policies and schemes targeted towards female students, especially in the socio-economically disadvantaged groups. The third key principle talks of encouragement and facilitation for philanthropic participation, private participation, and community participation. The fourth key principle is use of technology in educational planning and management, teaching and learning, removing language barriers, and removing barriers for Divyang students. Key principle 5 emphasizes conceptual understanding rather than rote learning or learning for exams. Key principle 6 is identifying and encouraging unique capabilities in each student. And the last key principle talks of critical thinking and creativity to encourage logical decision-making and innovation. The National Education Policy also talks of transforming curricular and pedagogical structure. From the previous academic structure of 10+2, we now move to new pedagogical and curricular structure, which has 4 stages. The first one is the foundational stage, consisting of ages 3 to 8, classes 1 and 2, along with pre-primary school. There's the preparatory stage, which is classes 3 to 5, ages 8 to 11. The middle school consists of ages 11 to 14 and class 6 to 8. And the secondary level is ages 14 to 18, class 9 to 12. A major shift has been the focus on early learners. For the first time, the National Education Policy has taken into account age group 3 to 8 years, which is known as the foundational stage, and this category has children from classes nursery, KG, a special part which is prep, and then classes 1 and 2. The policy talks about universal access to early childhood care and education, ECCE. The foundational learning curriculum is divided into 2 parts for age group 3 to 6 in ECCE and age 6 to 8 in class 1 and 2 in primary school. Ages 3 to 6 should have access to free, safe, high-quality ECCE at preschools, Anganwadis, or Balbatikas. The learning should be flexible, multi-level, play-based, activity-based, and inquiry-based. The National Curricular and Pedagogical Framework for Early Childhood Education will be drafted by NCERT, and it will be aligned with the latest research on ECCE and national and international best practices. It should comprise of alphabets, languages, numbers, counting, colors, shapes, indoor and outdoor play, puzzles and logical thinking, problem solving, drawing, painting, and other visual art, craft, drama and puppetry, music, and movement. a 3-month play-based school preparation module for all grade 1 students to be developed by NCERT. According to the policy, the learning in formative years should be about developing curiosity, logical thinking and problem solving, arts, crafts and music, relationship with nature, colors, shapes, alphabets and numbers, teamwork and collaboration, play-based and discovery-based learning, ethics, self-identity, etiquette, behavior, and emotional development. One of the missions of the National Education Policy is attainment of foundational literacy and numeracy by grade 3. And to achieve that, the focus is on early reading, writing, and mathematics, a 3-month play-based school preparation module for all grade 1 students, National Repository high-quality teaching and learning resources on the online platform Diksha, and school libraries, including digital libraries, to be leveraged. There's also changes in curriculum. Curriculum in all subjects to be reduced to its core essentials. Focus on critical thinking, inquiry, discovery, discussion, and analysis-based teaching and learning methods for holistic education. Interactive teaching with reduced dependency on textbook learning, questions from students will be promoted. Fun, creative, collaborative, and exploratory activities in classroom for experiential learning and deeper student learning. Curriculum and pedagogy to be transformed by 2022 to promote skill-based and minimize rote-based learning. The focus will be on learning objectives, competencies, and subject integration. Modules on preparing and implementing pedagogical plans based on competency and outcome-based education for school leaders through arts integrated, sports integrated, ICT integrated, and storytelling-based pedagogy, among others as standard pedagogy. Development of scientific temper and inculcation of knowledge and practice of human and constitutional values such as patriotism, sacrifice, non-violence, truth, honesty, peace, etc. So no silos between subjects or learning. There'll be no hard separation between curricular, co-curricular, extracurricular, academic or vocational, science or humanities, sports, arts, or academics. The emphasis will be on digital literacy, coding, and computational thinking, ethical and moral reasoning, and promotion of multilingual teaching. Textbooks to contain only essential core material while capturing any desired nuances and supplementary material as per local contexts and needs. Affordable, high quality and energized textbooks to be provided along with free digital version on Diksha platform. States to prepare their own curricula and textbooks based on NCERT curriculum and textbooks incorporating state flavor and materials as needed. Concerted efforts through suitable changes in curriculum and pedagogy to significantly reduce the weight of school bags and textbooks. Transforming the teaching learning process. The innovative pedagogy means transforming teaching learning process with the help of experiential learning, integrated pedagogy, and promotion of peer tutoring. There's also equal weightage, that is, no hard separation between curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular area. Freedom of choosing a variety of subject combinations to be provided. Bagless days to be scheduled in the academic calendar. And the use and integration of technology-enabled pedagogy in classes 6 to 12. The National Education Policy also looks at India's future and India's leader role in upcoming fields. And for that, there's increased emphasis on mathematics and computational thinking throughout the school years, inculcating mathematical thinking and problem solving through a variety of innovative methods, including the regular use of puzzles and games. Activities involving coding will be introduced in middle stage. Teaching of contemporary subjects at middle and secondary stages, artificial intelligence, design thinking, holistic health, organic living, environmental education, global citizenship education. Another first in the NEP is integrating vocational education at all levels. Lok Vidya, knowledge developed in India, will be made accessible to students. A practice-based curriculum for grades 6 to 8 to be appropriately designed. The National Skills Qualification Framework will be detailed further for each discipline, vocation, or profession. Focus areas based on skill gap analysis and mapping of local opportunities. Courses to be offered through the open and distance learning mode. All students of grades 6 to 8 will intern with local vocational experts such as carpenters, gardeners, potters, artists, etc. to develop vocational craft. By 2025, at least 50% of learners shall have exposure to vocational education. During grades 6 to 8, every student will take a fun course that gives a survey and hands-on experience of a sampling of important vocational crafts such as carpentry, electric work, metal work, gardening, pottery making, etc., as decided by states and local communities and as mapped by local skilling needs. All students will participate in a 10-day bagless period, sometime during grades 6 to 8, where they intern with local vocational experts such as carpenters, gardeners, potters, artists, etc. Similar internship opportunities to learn vocational subjects may be made available to students throughout grades 6 to 12, including holiday periods. Vocational courses through online mode will also be made available. Mental and physical health and well-being is also an important part of NEP. So it's mandatory for students to acquire skills in health and nutrition, physical education, wellness and fitness, sports, basic training in preventive health care, mental health, first aid, personal and public hygiene. And to do this, we have annual health checkup for all students, reduced weight of school bags and textbooks through suitable changes in curriculum and pedagogy. There's also talk of incorporating ethics, values, and knowledge of India through video documentaries on inspirational luminaries of India in science and beyond. Students will be given a logical framework for making ethical decisions at young age. In later years, expanded along themes of cheating, violence, plagiarism, littering, tolerance, equality, and empathy. Traditional Indian values and all basic human and constitutional values will be developed in all students. Excerpts from the Indian Constitution will also be considered essential reading for all students. And basic training in health, mental health, good nutrition, personal and public hygiene, disaster response, and first aid will also be included. We now come to changes in assessment in the national education policy. Census assessment at key stages in classes 3, 5, and 8 to track achievement. The test will be conducted by the board, but the results will not include the names of the students. However, the performance of the school will be assessed as a whole based on these tests. This data will be used to see the teaching and learning achievements of the school. Testing to focus on achievement of essential learning outcomes. Assessment of core concepts and knowledge, higher order skills, and its application in real life situations, moving away from rote learning. The result of the school examinations will be used only for developmental purposes and for continuous monitoring and improvement of the schooling system. Transforming the culture of assessment. Continuous tracking of learning outcomes of each child. Board exams to be more flexible with assessment of essential skills. Assessment to focus on core concepts, higher order, and foundational skills. AI-based software to help track the progress of the students to enable them make optimal career choices. The National Assessment Center will help in bringing greater synergy in board exams conducted by various boards of assessment. Self-assessment and peer assessment. The National Testing Agency will work to offer high-quality common aptitude tests to eliminate the need for taking coaching for these exams. Focus on learning outcome indicators for parents to measure and compare learning. The board examinations for classes 10 and 12 will continue, but more emphasis on concept and application-based questions. A National Assessment Center, PARAK, to be set up as a standard-setting body for setting norms, standards, and guidelines for student assessment and evaluation for all recognized school boards. The progress report cards are to be made more holistic, and the states or UTs are to redesign the progress cards in schools to make them 360-degree multidimensional reports. Progress card will also include self-assessment, peer assessment, and teacher assessments, and these will reflect the progress, the uniqueness of learner in the cognitive, affective, socio-emotional, and psychomotor domains. Progress in project-based and inquiry-based learning, quizzes, role plays, group work, portfolios, etc., also to be included in the report cards. The holistic progress card will actively involve parents in their children's education and development. AI-based software to be developed to help track growth through school years and to help students make optimal career choices. Online and digital resources will be available for inclusion and access to enhance educational access to disadvantaged groups, including Divyang students, emphasis on effective models of blended learning, content creation, digital repository and dissemination, technology integration in teaching, learning, and assessment, digital platforms, and ongoing ICT-based educational initiatives to be optimized and expanded, a series of pilot studies to be conducted, and expansion of existing e-learning platforms, Diksha, Swayam, etc. The timeline for implementation of ECCE and the new assessment pattern is 2021-22 for initiating implementation of 1 year of pre-primary school and 3-month preparatory module for class 1 students, that is phase 1. In 2023-24, expansion of 1 year of pre-primary school through primary schools and Anganwadis. Class 10 will see the new board pattern in 2022-23, and class 12 will see the new board pattern in 2024-25.